Hello. Been a while since I streamed, since there were no backdrops to be made. But we're back. Okay. So as you can see, it's more of a camping kind of visual going on right now. Just have these back. So those are some vegetation I have. Not sure what's going on here. I'll have to check. I do prefer taller grass, I think. It breaks up the silhouette. Also, I need to add some bushes and other plants. Mostly bushes, though. I don't think Juice Cutter has that. I could check. Just search bush. I guess I'll sign in. Okay. I don't think there is a bush directly, but I can make one from these assets. Or I could search here, but let me just experiment. Okay, but for that, I think I would need some leaves, at least. Let me check if I have anything. I think we could extract these ones. These also look pretty good. Okay. So let's just add it to the scene. Okay, so here we got this model. Yeah, this should work. So I think the way I'm gonna have to do this is, yeah, we need these types of models right here. I'm gonna have to have them upright though. I guess I can do that in edit mode. It's gonna be a bit more easy to understand. Like that right there. So I'll just have to repeat that for all of these. I think this could work if we increase the amount. I'm not sure why I'm unable to see the sphere. I should be able to, I think at least. Like in the edit mode. Okay. Yeah, that looks like a bush, I would say. Also, this should... I guess it could be in the Just Cutter collection. I think it's fine. Okay, I'll just turn up the density. Yeah, I mean, that's a bush. Yeah, it doesn't have to be too realistic. Okay. Right now I just gotta decide where to put these. Oh, there it is. I didn't see this wireframe before, for some reason. Maybe turn this off for a bit. I was gonna shape it randomly, whatever kind of makes sense, I suppose, for a bush. I want one at the close-up as well, I think, somewhere near the camera. Even though the camera is kinda high up. Although that doesn't really matter if you're trying to make things look nice. Like this works anyway. Just make it smaller since we don't need that much. could turn up the translucency. Maybe that'll look better. But yeah, you need to also make sure it's not taking away the focus. You gotta balance the values. Speaking of which, isn't there like a way to only view a black and white version of whatever you're looking at? I don't know. I know I can have a black and white filter on top, so I guess that could work, but I wonder if there's a grayscale mode. I guess that, yeah. That can work. What is this? Space. Not that. I think these are new additions here. I don't remember seeing them before. Okay. I think, okay, if I don't have an option here, it's better to maybe use the compositor instead. Could be too black and white, I believe. This right here. Okay. Yeah, there you go. This just helps to define what areas are brighter than others and basically like what is driving the most focus. I don't usually do this. In fact, this is like the first time I'm using that, but it is something that should be used more often. In this case, I can also use these bushes to define like a composition line, kind of like, you can say it like this, but something like this, I guess. Anything that leads your eye towards the center kind of flows like this. Still not sure about the lighting. So I might change that. I'll just try a big light and see how that goes. I like the shadows it's casting, but I think it's too bright, so let's reduce that. I should also add a noise texture for the light itself, so it casts some shadow to break it up more. Let's check. I don't know if this is working the way it's supposed to. Weird how I sometimes get this and sometimes I don't. It's because area. Okay, yeah, that was literally it. Okay. So let's do a big angle. Alright, cool. Now we have some shadows. Okay, let's go back here. So now you can see there's more complexity happening. Just gotta position it properly. Yeah, I like that much better. Maybe I should have one like in here as well. Something like that. Yeah, that could be nice. Obviously, just gotta make sure to reduce the power a bit so it's not too much. I need to turn up the radius on the tent light. Okay, maybe not. Maybe just turn up the power. I could also do this. Hold on. Actually, now that I think about it, I guess that wouldn't really work. There could be a different socket somewhere that I could use. I'm just not sure which one it is. I mean, that kind of does something, but yeah. I'll just not do that. I could have a separate light source as well. Just gotta make sure it's not affecting the tent. Okay, let's make this mist that I have less clickable, or I guess unselectable, I should say. And it's kind of not visible right now, so we could also turn up the density. Now it's a bit more visible right there. Okay, I think mist adds a lot of vibe to creepy visuals in general, so I like it. Okay, so let's do turn you off. I believe this is the entire tent. No, it's going on down there, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's do okay. Then I'll just make a new light source. Let's make it like super bright, and then what I'll do is I'll select the tent, then select the light source, and I'll do where was it? I think it was this, link receivers to emitter and then exclude. Okay, so that worked, but obviously, you know, the shadow is still there. Maybe we can do the same for the shadow. I mean, yeah. Okay, shading, shadow. So we got this basically not affecting the tint at all. But now let's make sure we are using the exact temperature as well. Okay, now I just need to regulate it. I could technically move it closer to the trees rather than having to deal with like adjusting the brightness area over there. Could maybe have it act as a spotlight like this. But yeah, I mean, there's just a bunch of tinkering that needs to be done. Okay, maybe I turned up the density a bit too much on the mist, so let's do 0.2 or 0.25. Okay, that looks like there's a flashlight right there, so we gotta adjust it. I would like there to be some like twigs, but I don't know if that's gonna be visible. I could try. But anyway, I like how it looks so far. Hello, Monkeystein. Welcome. Yeah, I really like the shadows here. Just gonna have to tinker a little bit more. I can try maybe some depth of field. Let's see. Okay, and then we can adjust it a bit if we want to. This looks fine. It's just that I'm gonna make a character that is going to be right here later on. So I'm just trying to not crank up the blurriness just yet, since we gotta make sure this character is gonna be visible as well. I think I'll add a bit more light sources right there, so there's a gradient, kind of like a fall off happening right there, and then I don't know, then we'll see what we can do. Just need to make sure that the strongest point is somewhere in the corner, and then it's gonna be a bit of a fade as it goes towards the left side. That's pretty good. But I think I'll reduce the power a bit. Maybe let's set the f-stop to 4 for the blur. How are you doing? I'm good. Just working. What about you? Okay, that's good. Okay. I think I know I could work on the character. Right, so this guy is very tall. So something like this, basically. Like that. Okay, so let's maybe make a different collection. So let's do character. Isolate it. Okay. could either use this model, or maybe it's better if I do the one that has multiple parts. This one. Just gotta make sure to align it properly. Alright, I don't know how the proportions are gonna go with this, but I'll see how it goes. Yeah, let's make this one unselectable, and then I suppose I'll position everything. Quite tired from having classes. Yeah, those can be pretty tiring. Good luck with that though. Okay, that's... Okay, this is parented, I see. Could unparent it. I think I'll probably delete this half, and then I'll use a mirror for this right here. Okay, that's not... Okay, let's do this. Okay, that seemed to work. And you know what, I think it's better if I just like have an object rather than changing the whole origin of everything. So let's do like this. Okay, what happens if I copy this? But then that duplicates it. Okay. Then let's do it on only one of them at first. Okay, like this. And then we can copy it. There we go. Okay, that's better because now I can move this like that and it's gonna update. I'm not worrying about the size just yet. I'm just gonna put them in the general area. Okay, this also has to be mirrored. I'll just kind of have a basic foundation for this, and then once I do have that, then we can go in and sculpt the shapes more detailed than this. It's not exactly natural to know how a thing this tall is going to be like naturally. So this is kind of a guessing game at this point. Okay, so that's where the head is supposed to be, which means I should probably move that. I was kind of thinking of giving him like a black and white clown look, like this, except it wouldn't have any makeup or outfit. It would be kind of embedded in its appearance. So I'll just save these real quick. Okay. We'll see how this goes, because I don't have a concrete idea yet, but it's gonna be interesting to work with something like this. Slowly getting there. This should be a bit wider. Yeah, I think that's pretty good for the foundation. But this one doesn't it doesn't really fit here, but I can adjust it. Okay. I should probably tilt this like that, because I may have some problems later with the rig if I don't. I wish they used the electronic bit from your CreepCast extended version. I like it a lot. Thank you. I mean, it's up to them. Maybe someday they will. For like an outro or something. Okay. Alright. Let's just see here now. Let's apply everything. Okay. And then let's join this into one object. Okay, and now what I'll do, I guess we could remesh it, see how that looks, so that everything is merged, basically. Yeah, the hands are always the issue with remeshing. Fingers, specifically. Which is unfortunate. I mean, I could separate it. And then maybe do like a remesh on it separately to see what works. Now, optimally, you would actually retopologize everything, which means you would have an optimized object, but it's not necessary. It depends on like what you want to use it for. If it's for like a game, then yeah, you would need to do that, but for my case, it's not necessary. It just takes like a really long time for, like, I can just achieve the same result that I'm trying to achieve without it, so. Alright. I don't know why that... Is this one eye, like, different? Yeah, it is. I don't know what happened there. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, and the feet also get messed up. Basically just anything that has fingers. We want like a... Actually, yeah, I shouldn't do too much with this. I should have like a general shape without too many polygons. Because then I'm gonna use another modifier which will add more detail to this. Specifically for sculpting. So I should prioritize that instead. So this is fine, I think. We'll try it. And then on top of this, I'll add a multi-resolution, which will give it more detail for sculpting. Okay. Maybe one more. Okay, that's most likely enough. So the good thing about this is that I can pick how much resolution I want there to be based on where it is. So there's viewport, there's sculpt mode, there's render. So if it's lagging everything, then I can just do like this. But if I go to sculpt mode, then it's more detailed. Okay, now I'll just kind of shape it, I guess. I'll have these as references. And let's turn off the rig. You know, maybe I should have separated the head, because I don't need this much detail everywhere. Yeah. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, I think that's okay. Now I can focus on you instead. I think I'll have to hollow out this area for the mouth. If I can remember where that tool was. I think it was this. Okay, so I can't do that with the modifier. Got it. I need to do it separately once I apply it. Now, this thing is... it's a bit of an odd thing. Well, similar to a screenwalker, you could say. So it's not meant to be perfect in terms of like human visual. It just has to look close enough. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll have to like apply the modifier and then do the mouth afterwards. Yeah, it's a bit much. Hold on. Okay. This is looking like Nightmare Fuel, which is what is meant to be in this case. I wanted to have sharp teeth as well. Okay, and then I wanted it to have deformations in the skin based on this. Well, not exactly, but adjacent. So, like, maybe having like a dent right here, just going down like this, or something similar. Yeah, I think that could work. Almost looks like a puppet with this kind of shape. Kind of like it. Just trying to, you know, figure out what works better. Wait, what if it doesn't have a jaw, like at all, and it's just like top teeth and then nothing down here, and maybe like stuff dangling from it or something? That could be cool. I don't really have like a concrete concept art idea. I'm kind of improvising as I go. This is what I sketched for it, something like this. Sharp nose, teeth. I think I have like an eyelash here that is very long as well. But yeah, this is generally the vibe. Okay, I'll try to apply this now and see how that goes, so that I can mess with the face a bit more. However, requires a manifold mesh. I don't know what that means. Okay. I guess they want this to be filled. Yep. Okay. I'm trying to decide how I want it to be. That's pretty good. Maybe... okay. Maybe like this. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what would be more organic looking. Okay, that works. Yeah, that works. Alright, now I need some teeth. I guess maybe you could do that either with a curve or a skin modifier. I think a curve would be better because it would be sharper. Okay. Let's do automatic. Okay. And then we'll do this. Alt S 0, basically. Give it a slight curvature. And maybe like, yeah, that can work. Okay. And then we can measure it, see if the length fits. It would kind of be fun if it only had like one. But yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna have multiple here. I'll just put them first, and then we can change them, like rotate them and stuff like that, so it's not all the same. What if one of them is like in his skin? Maybe that or something. This one's like down here. Yeah, next I'll just kind of, you know, move them around. Then I want there to be in between teeth. And this could be like thinner, like that. Actually, once one of them, maybe this one could be like outwards like this. That's kind of cool. Same with this one. Yeah, that works. Okay, then technically there shouldn't be anything here. But I'm not sure if I can do that now. I would like push it with this. I'm not like, I don't really care for the topology for this one because this part isn't gonna be visible, but I'm just gonna have just enough for it to be like deep. Could also move these a bit further. Yeah, make the ear like really long or something. What's the theme today? Hello, Hiza. Well, the theme is camping and asking Walker. Okay. Looks like this so far. Yeah. I'm just working on the character right now. Put this down to 1. Okay. I kind of want to tilt it if I can, but I feel like that's going to be a bit difficult. I'm not sure which direction this is. That. I'm just guessing, honestly, I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's actually changing much. Maybe it would be easier if I had an empty object, but then that wouldn't really work when it's animated, so this is okay. Anyway. Okay, that's not using the same dimensions, which is bad. Okay. Alright, I don't know why that happened, whatever. I haven't finished this yet, I only worked on the head, as you can see. I don't know what kind of deformations I wanted to have just yet, but I'll figure it out. Why are you making him inversely pregnant? Because I'm gonna put teeth on it here. That's gonna be a second mouth. Did the episodes get posted chronologically, or is it whenever they have finished editing one after bulk recording sessions? Well, usually it's chronologic, but I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of recordings, and then they kind of pick which one to air, depending on a bunch of stuff, but yeah, it's kind of random, I guess. I don't really know how they pick them, personally. That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, of course. I need to figure that out. It's a bit tricky, as per usual, adjusting this. It seems odd how recording setups keep changing randomly for either Hunter or Isaiah. Yeah, I mean, it's like different times that they have recorded them, and then they just pick which ones to post. There we go. I don't know what else to do with the body design, to be honest with you. This is kind of a problem, I think, because I don't know, we'll see how it looks, but let me just like maybe separate the material at least. Okay, yeah, so you can kind of see there's like a shadow here. That's because they're not merged together. So the texture dimensions aren't the same either. I could try to merge them, I'm just not really hopeful that it will work. We'll see. Okay, so remesh. It's just like risky. The further I go down like this, obviously the more detail there is, which also isn't great because it might crash. You can add a little tendrils out of the scar lining on his face or something. I don't know the context of this. I mean, it's basically like a skinwalker. There's no inherently like a specific design it had, other than the fact that they mentioned it was white and tall. But I was thinking of having some stuff dangling over here. We could do that. Okay, 1 second. Okay, how does this look? Oh, that animal skull coming out of his mouth, maybe. Animal skull. I don't know if that would fit. I don't know, maybe. I should also check the, how it looks under the lighting conditions here, but I could try and apply this and then maybe decimate it so that it's not so dense. Just pumping ideas, that's fine. Bondage suit Skinwalker. Okay. 1. Yeah, this can work. Okay. Now, obviously, this has little detail now, which means I can't just paint on it. But we could use an image instead of vertex paint, so that I can use as much resolution as I want. Just gonna have to unwrap the model properly, if I can, or at least good enough that it works, basically. Okay. Alright, let's try... I don't know why Spotify sometimes doesn't play music when it gets to the next track, but that's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna apply this, I think, and then I'll use a texture, an image texture, to then paint. Okay, let me check some UVs. Maybe do a smart projection first. Okay, this is definitely not good. Yeah, okay. Wait, it doesn't? Hold on. Let me go back. Because I think Decimate has a symmetry option. Yeah, there you go. So that's gonna help a little bit. What's the song? You can see it up there, somewhere like above the chat. Okay. Alright. Can I... Maybe let's do triangulate, just to see how this goes. But I think that's just going to add more lines to the existing topology, so I don't think I need that. I love that game. When I downloaded it, it ran really badly, so I just uninstalled it. Didn't have a good experience at all. Yeah, I mean, the universe itself looks cool, but if I can't play the game, I mean, no point in buying it. Okay, I'm just trying to like understand what to do here. Not necessarily the gameplay, even though I haven't tried. Oh, okay. Alright, let's do a knife tool here. And then cut through like this. And then we'll use that as a seam. I'll just check how that goes. For now. Probably not gonna be good. Okay, so that is apparently this over here. Yeah, so that's not good. I'll just try my best. I have heard they optimized it. I could check that out, but I think I refunded the game. Let's see. I mean, if they did, then that's good. Try that. Okay. Now, this process would have been much easier if I had retopologized this model, but because I don't need to like make a full-scale character, I can focus on specific parts, which doesn't... If I had to, or if I were to topologize, it would have taken me way longer than whatever I'm doing now. It was early access and they were aware of the per optimization. It's more of an art project than a game. Yeah, but I mean, I appreciate the art, obviously, but it's still in a game format, which means, and especially if you're selling it, then you gotta make sure that everything works. But yeah, I'll have to double check on that later to see if they fixed the optimizations or not. Okay, that's a bit better. Not sure if I even needed this, to be honest, but I'll have to at least move it out of the way if I'm not going to be using it. Okay, that's pretty good. I'll just check this out, see how it goes. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll see. I'll get an image texture, and I'll have it be 4K. And then I'll just use that as a painting layer. Yep, that works. Let's do this, and then texture. Yeah, this works. That's good. So this is a clown skinwalker hybrid. Well, it's not like mentioned that it's a clown. I just, for some reason, felt like it would look cool if I like took some elements from this and just kind of slapped on those here. So that's more of a creative liberty from my end. This is the sketch I did beforehand, so this is basically where it's gonna be on the side. So most of the details, or the body I guess, won't be visible, but it's still gonna work. I also need to add some eyelashes. place them by hand. It's gonna take a little bit. And I'm also not worrying about like the realistic side of anatomy in this case, because it's not supposed to be. I'm deforming it in my way on purpose. Didn't they use some of your music in the Whistlers? It was the first time I heard it in any of the episodes, their episodes, but I couldn't find out who made it. It sounded similar to your works. The Whistlers, I'm not sure if they used it there. Let me check. The Whistlers CreepCast.
That all it took to fix Ira was to just beat him unconscious. It's very good. Yeah.
I probably would have ran after Ira, if I'm being honest. Let them motherfucker. I saw the smoke from your camp.
Yeah, they could have actually.
Shook my head.
I couldn't catch him. He didn't have a pack to weigh him down. He's such a fast runner to begin with.
It's agony. We had some luck with fishing yesterday. And
You start getting things together, and I'll see if I can find a vehicle that runs.
I stopped in the doorway. I was breathing so hard I could taste blood.
No, supposed to get stranded. We could end up on
Me a lot.
Trying to find where it is, because we could be anywhere.
His lips. He was calm.
It's okay,
Yeah, okay.
Ruth. We'll go to the coast tomorrow. You'll be safe. We'll be safe.
He nodded and held me tighter.
Okay. So that one is... Let me see here. Not you.
December 18th. It was sad.
Yeah, it's this. Glad you like it. Also, fun fact about these tracks, there's 5 of them in total, and I made them in like a day. I just logged in. Amazing stuff, bro. I love it. It works really well with the forest setting. Thank you. Glad you liked it. I also saw a lot of people like exceptionally like the tracks they used in the drumming in the clouds episode. Specifically, it's the last track on the EP, this one. This one's also probably my favorite from all of this. I think it may have been a different one. Okay. Could it be this one? Not that either. Maybe it wasn't from me then. Not sure. If it was like way earlier, like this Spire in the Woods, it could be from that, because that's separate. Let me see. It definitely was by their style. Glad to hear that. Let me find basically the very first one I made for them. It was, let's see, this. Yeah, no worries. I'm not sure if it's this one or not. It was the most recent tracks. Okay, you can play the whole track and I'll say in chat if it is one console long. Okay. This one's another one that I don't think this one was used ever, but it is also one of the ones I made for them to use. It's more of an ambient track. Yeah, so that's that. Go back to the playlist. Okay, and then the last important element for all of this is a bottle of Sunny D. Okay. Okay, that works. Okay, maybe I should convert this into an object. Okay, so everything seems to be working, which is good. Now let's move this where it's supposed to be. Okay, so the important part about this composition is that the Sunny D is supposed to be visible. Also, this finger looks crooked, but in this case, you know, it's kind of fitting. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to change it right now. Let me just check how it looks. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need a bit more lighting. Let's see. Okay, also this arm is not working. Hold on. Yeah, there we go, that's better. Alright, where's, let's see, I need to find the light sources around. Should be somewhere here, there we go. So that's one of them, and then that's for the bush. Okay, we definitely don't want it to be so bright. just enough for it to be, for the features to be visible. Or perhaps like we could use the backlight from the moon. I'll figure it out. Hello, Hammer Up. Big fan. Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Legit, you wouldn't believe it. Happy to hear it. The music you make is cinema. Thank you. Okay, this is a bit finicky, but I'll get it eventually. Maybe a grab tool would be a bit better. I use FL Studio for music. Is there any way you can show the project? Not right now, unfortunately. But maybe in the future I could, like, I don't know, make a video showcasing the projects and whatever, like, thinking like somewhere in April, because in April it's gonna be like a year, like a 1 year anniversary since I started making backgrounds for CreepCast, and I might as well just mix the intro animation stuff with that. Yeah, I work with them, so I get paid, yeah. Okay, I don't like how clean this line is, so I'm gonna break it up a bit. That's a bit better. I think I'll add more highlights to the teeth so they are a bit more visible. It doesn't exist. I mean, the intro that I made was made as a personal project, which means I didn't do it for financial gain. But then obviously later on Hunter messaged me about it, and since then they bought it off of me so that they could use it in their videos. What's up, Georgie? Hello, Crippen. Just doing work as per usual. What about you? I thought that was the case, yeah. Let me add some subsurface scattering to this. See how that goes. For a song like you did for CreepCast, how much would you normally charge? Typically, okay. Since that has like a lot of elements to it, typically the minimum I have for making tracks for people is $350. That's the cost I have. But for something like that, it would be something upwards to 500 to 600, something like that. Per track, yeah. For some people, that actually might be, yeah, some people may think it's low, and I understand. But, like, I gradually raise them, like the price itself. The reason why I have it like that is because I rarely do tracks for people, and if it was the only way I made income, then obviously it would be more expensive. But since I'm mostly being commissioned for visuals, like I don't mind charging a little bit low than what is considered like an average, because I enjoy making music as well. And I do them pretty quick, like usually it doesn't take me more than like 3 to 4 days. For the most part, I do them, like I finish them in like 2 days, basically. How much for the edits then? I wouldn't call them edits. It's more 3D animation. So I don't know, like it depends, like it really depends on the project. I can't just like say like a random price. But if it's like an environment, then that would be 1K, like speaking on like average kind of price. But if it's like a character that is like fully rigged and fully textured, just everything, the whole thing, that is more expensive just because it's more complex. So that can easily get up to 2K to like a bit over that, depending on the character complexity. So like the CreepCast intro has like I think 10 different environments, so you mean each one of them? Yeah, basically. Essentially, if the entire scene is different, then that is a separate environment. So, but yeah, that's like the average price. It's not, it really depends on specifics that a client wants. But yeah, that's like my prices. For other people, like other artists, might charge less, obviously. It's just how I have it now based on experience. Speaking of experience, yesterday was actually 9th anniversary since I started doing VFX and also made this channel. So I've been doing this for 9 years now. Thank you. But yeah, I'm excited to just get better, honestly. I don't even think it might sound crazy or just like dumb, but I don't feel like I'm at my peak yet. I feel like I'm just beginning when I think of like the aspects of production, like technical side of things. But for now, I just want to focus on these backgrounds that I'm doing for CreepCast, and then once I feel more comfortable, then I want to get back to personal projects as well. I see how you speed through Blender like that, so I'm not surprised. I can't even do anything with a cube. I mean, you gotta start somewhere. In the beginning, everybody's slow. But yeah, obviously the more you do it, the faster you get. Blender specifically, I think I started Blender in 2020, if I am not mistaken. So what do I... Okay, hold on. What do I have this here for? Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's turn this up for a second. Alright, that's too much, obviously. And that down. A little bit is good. That essentially makes the light pass through, but I think I still need to make a mask for them. So they are specifically on certain points of the character. What were you doing in 2018 then? Probably AMVs, like anime music videos. If you look at my channel and go back chronologically, you'll see a lot of anime edits, because that's kind of how I started. That's how I was doing VFX. But yeah, I've been doing that for the longest time. That's how I learned a lot of things. And when I say anime edits, I don't mean like the typical, you know, Linkin Park, like very simple montages type thing. No, I was like mostly working on visual effects through anime format, you could say. So when you think about it, it's really just the visual effects are the main part, and the anime side of things is like just a foundation for it, like a base. I could have used anything really. But that's what I was interested in at the time. Okay. But yeah, I haven't made an anime edit in like years now. I only do them if I get commissioned to, which hasn't happened in a while. And honestly, I prefer working with 3D because it's more original, I guess, for me at least. It feels like. Speaking of, I also started a personal project. Which one was the new one? Let me check. I guess this one. Let's see. That's all I got for now. I'll be finishing that at some point. Okay. I've sent something on coffee. It's not a lot, but the stuff you do are amazing. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just a sneak peek got me hyped. Thank you. I'm probably gonna do like... How long was it again? Let me check. Was it this? It's like 1 minute and 23 seconds in total. Yeah, I just like the song, so I decided to make something out of it. Oh, you couldn't hear it. Right, I don't have that selected. Let me just open it up here. My bad. It's this.
Could conceal my face for a little bit longer. Trying to push it, but your luck is stronger. I don't like the way you talk, trying to be like me, but you know you're not. Never put a label on me, my shit too big to fucking fit in your box. I'm really trying to fit in for ya. The way I'm posted, put me on a poster. It feels like torture. You don't care about profit, my pride, my ego, my toxic.
Yeah, that's basically the track. The previous low-key would be an amazing avatar. This one? Why don't you start a Discord server? Well, I had a Discord server, but I just decided to close it because I wasn't exactly active. So I just don't think it's worth doing, at least for now. Maybe in the future, sure, but not right now. I'm trying to find where this is. This light right here. And I can't find it for some reason. Okay, there it is. That's the one. Well, I guess it's actually a combination. Okay. Are you grateful for the attention CreepCast gave you? Has it opened more doors? Yeah, of course I'm grateful for it. I'm glad that people like my addition, like my art with the episodes. And yeah, I mean, it has opened a few doors, but it's kind of like a long-term thing. I feel like by me building the portfolio for CreepCast, I inherently have kind of an advantage in that sense for other clients, because I can just link them the portfolio and they just see what I have done for CreepCast. So it's good in that way. But yeah, I mean, I also have made some things for Hunter specifically. I just can't show it yet because he hasn't showed it yet. But I might also actually participate in one of his projects in future. We'll see how it goes. It's kind of weird how the videos you put out don't have millions of views though. Well, that's not necessarily dependent on the quality. It's more of a trend and also the algorithm thing. So it's not like I make things that are trendy. Can't wait to see that shit. Yeah, I actually did it a while ago, like even before I was working with CreepCast. So it's like over a year ago now, I think. Quality is formulaic, yeah. Okay, I'm just like focused on this light right now, trying to make it work. Okay, maybe let's... Oh. I guess that could work. Maybe the radius is too big actually, hold on. It's still like bouncing off for some reason, which is a little bit odd. And we need to make sure this is visible, so I'm gonna have to have another light, presumably the blue light here from the moon. I think that would be better, context-wise. Okay, almost visible. That's pretty good. But I still want a bit more. So let's duplicate this light, I think. There we go. And I'll just try to make that work. Make a poster on the floor of Mario Sonic kissing. Make it subtle. I don't think I'm gonna do that, but you just reminded me of adding something. The frog from the drumming in the clouds. I didn't know who CreepCast was until you. That's cool. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I watched your CreepCast intro first before knowing who CreepCast was. Yeah, it's cool that some people found out about them through what I did. It's pretty cool. Let's see where I have it. Okay. Cloud. This should be it. Let me just open it. Oh wait, well okay, this works too actually. Okay. I think I'll just make a new file, project, and then I will just append the frog. Right there. Okay, we don't need this. Need to stop talking about them all the time, even though it is this stream's theme. Oh, you mean CreepCast? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to not do that when it's the entire stream. Where was the frog in the episode's backdrop? Oh, secondly. Oh, do you mean like... Which one do you mean? Like the drumming in the clouds? That one? Also, why is it... Okay, delete this. There we go. Okay, let's call this... I'll show you where it is. 1 second. Let me just put this guy here in the main CreepCast folder, because it's that important. Okay, so that one was... Oh, which one was the newest one? Right there. If you can see that. That's fine. But yeah, that's where that was. Yeah, it is. Okay. So here's the frog. Reset that. So now I'll just basically use this project file back here. Put the music up, there you go. Yep. I think I'll put him right there. And this one, but still one I really like. And this one, but it's still one I really like. Oh, ain't this one. My bad. Didn't read that properly. Glad you like it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's good. I like that. It is very tiny, though. So it's probably not going to be visible. But we'll see. Okay. Let's see this with all the vegetation turned on. If I can find this, there you go. That's good. Okay, I'll just do a test render, and let's see how that looks so far. It's going to be compressed and barely visible. Well, it's not gonna be compressed since, well, it's gonna be compressed at a certain point, but not if it had like grain. If it has grain, then it's gonna be bad. But what I do is I usually freeze the grain so that it's only one frame, and it works out that way. But we'll see. I'll check. I'm not entirely done with the lighting yet, but I just want to see how it will look like with the effects first. Yeah, there it is. Let's see how it will look after it's been denoised as well. See, layer combined. It should be denoised though. Interesting. Just a handful of pixels, but it is there for the, how is it, like the phrase? For the eye to see, or something. Okay, let me just check that. Signature marking, yeah. I'm on a mission to just include the frog in every future backdrop since the Jane the Killer one. You mean this? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Let me check some LUTs with this as well. This is the one I have currently. I should probably note it down just in case. Okay. That's kind of nice, actually. I like that too. I don't want it to be too much. Like, it shouldn't be too poppy. I like it if it's more contrasted. Something like this, but I'm not a big fan of the colors currently, so I could maybe shift them a little bit to whatever I like from here. That's pretty nice. And then let's check like lens dirt and etc. All the textures. I got to go. I'll pop by next stream. Alright, thanks for joining, and see you next time. Okay. I might use something else other than this texture for lens dirt. Let me check. Typically I don't really touch these for lens effects, but I could try it. These are mainly used for like materials. At least that's how I use it. Okay. Let's try also doing color correction and then just turn up the saturation, but that's not really affecting a whole lot, which is unfortunate. Okay. Maybe try a different blend mode, perhaps. No, that's worse. I need anything that will transfer the color from the scene to this texture, which technically it is doing it, but it is only really doing it in the parts where there's most light happening, or from the actual scene. We could maybe blur it further and see how that goes, and also turn the size or something. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there in the center. It is working. It just, there needs to be more happening. We could also just tint the whole thing. That's also a possibility. Like that. And then just kind of mess with the contrast. Sometimes I also like to have one of them be like softer. So let's say I do that sort of thing, and then I like to duplicate it separately, and this one is going to be just the outline like this, and then I just kind of merge them like that. But yeah, it depends on situation, I would say. Can I go above this? Yeah, I can actually. That's good. Not much though. That's kind of unfortunate. Okay. Then you just gotta pick the best area that would fit for there to be like a light reflecting off of the dirt. This one's not really, like, you shouldn't be breaking your head on whether or not it's realistic. It's more like what looks correct, since it's more of a creative side of things. But yeah, it depends on what you want to do. I think for now it's fine if I don't have an outline. I think this is good. And perhaps I should also make the blur round like that instead of the hexagon. Okay. I would like it if it was more sharp, personally. Yeah, that works actually. You just gotta be careful, because if you push it too much, then it doesn't really work the way it's supposed to. Like, about this much, I think, is fine. Hmm. I think I would like to have a highlight in one of the eyes, or I guess technically the left eye, because the other one isn't visible. So that you know that there's like an eye there. I'll probably need to do a light link for that. Okay, that's pretty good though, so far. And I also wanted to try maybe a solid color somewhere or there, or like the moonlight diffusion. Okay, so let's pick a color, something like this should be okay. Then soft. Then we put this to maybe a screen, or perhaps I could try a different node, like this. Okay. So plug this in, plug that in, add. Okay, that's almost the same thing. So it is what it is. But let me just check that here. Just a little bit. Just to check how it looks. Yeah, that helps pretty well. And let's check, maybe light rays could work. Let's see how those look. But for that, I will need to take the original. What did I have here actually? Oh, that's just a vignette. Okay. Perhaps I should have had this happen before the vignette. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, there we go. And then let's do Luma key. I think it's this one. It's either this or that. Plug that in. We only need this area right there. like that. Okay, so now what I can do is I could have like a black background, like so, and then I can also have a mask so that we can isolate these trees right here, invert that, then we'll use light rays like so. Make sure it is only the light rays. Then turn down the threshold, turn down the softness, turn up the brightness, then length. Okay, and then let's try, okay, maybe not that. Saturation, we can turn that up, but depends, honestly. Yeah. Then we can do screen. So now we have this happening. Obviously I need to adjust it because it's too much right now. But that's not bad. Demo. Oh, that's not bad. I feel like I want more lens effects, personally. Something like cracked, something like a screen or a lens in this case. I could try scratches, that could be good. Like this, maybe. Okay. Alright. That's too much, obviously. Pretty good. I might turn up the lens distortion. That's pretty good so far. Okay. Okay. I like it actually. I might actually maybe it's fine. I was thinking maybe I should turn up the mist on the ground, but I think it's actually good. Perhaps I should reduce this lens dirt right there. And maybe I should turn down the scale for the blur. Yeah, something like that. I feel like if whenever I have the lens dirt too blurry, like it's too big, it doesn't fit with the dimensions in a way. I guess the smaller they are, it feels like you're looking at a more properly scaled scene compared to big ones, because the big ones make me feel as if it's supposed to be a miniature render, which means that the depth of field is very shallow, just as like for the scene as a whole. So I think this fits more, considering that we don't have much blur going on here either. I mean, even this I think might be too much, so maybe like that. It's a bit better. I don't like that though, right there. Okay. I like this part, but this is too much. Maybe I could minimize this here. Just like pick specific circles. I don't know. I'll figure it out. The frog is minuscule, but it is there. Okay. Honestly, I think this is all I will do today. I think tomorrow I'll animate some stuff here, like the grass maybe, and then these leaves right here, or the bush. I might actually add a bit more to this, like the density wise. I think I should increase that. I should add a highlight in at the eye right here, and obviously just kind of make this character move a little bit at least, so you know it's alive. But I think I'm gonna have it make very twitchy kind of movements, like very abrupt, because I think that would fit. But it's looking pretty good so far, I think. We'll see what I will think tomorrow. You know how it is. Sometimes you take a break and then you either like what you did or you hate it. But we'll see. I think it's good though. So thanks for watching, wherever it was, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.